Given the absolutely abysmal launch of Fallout 76, it was only a matter of time before lawsuits were brought up. And of course, it's come and it's only been 2 weeks for the game. It doesn't help that the game started out at $70 and within a week was $35 for Black Friday, but there's no denying that there are a plethora of issues with the game, and nobody seems to really be talking about it other than the game is buggy. There are other issues with the game besides basic gameplay, but the truth of the matter is that anything that is going to be used to justify any type of civil lawsuit is going to revolve around how buggy the game is. We could talk about the nylon bag, the canvas bag that was shown with the collector's edition. That's $200 for the game, and it came with a nylon bag, and Bethesda's response basically telling people, yeah, it was false advertising and we aren't going to fix this. We could talk about any number of issues, but the truth of the matter is that right now the game is not in a good state, and that's not surprising. Bethesda has had a fair history of putting out buggy products, of putting out games for consoles, then porting them as an afterthought almost to PC. If you look at Skyrim and Fallout 4, for example, you'll notice that those menus are definitely intended for a controller and not keyboard and mouse. Now, contrary to what YouTube personalities are saying, the company has not been sued yet. There is only talks of an investigation for a possible class action lawsuit. So nothing is not settled science yet, but there are talks, and talks can be a great motivator to fix what's broken. In a statement made, Migliaccio and Rathid, the law office that's looking into the class action lawsuit, stated the following. Migliaccio and Rathid LLP is currently investigating Bethesda Game Studios for releasing a heavily glitched game, Fallout 76, and refusing to issue refunds for PC purchasers of the game who found it to be unplayable because of its technical problems. While minor bugs and glitches are expected with the release of most new games, Fallout 76 launched with a 56GB patch that has proven to be but a starting point for the game's problems. Gamers who have tried to receive a refund because of the game's myriad glitches have been unable to do so since they downloaded the game, leaving them to deal with an unplayable experience until patches bring it back to a playable state. Now, what might have caught your eye, or rather your ear in this case, is the fact that they said digital purchasers have been unable to get refunds, and this is true. It harkens back to the Ubisoft Division issue, in which they stated on their terms of service and on their refund policy, exceptions, all sales on PC digital content are final. That's right, if you downloaded the game, there's no physical product to return, you don't get a refund. And Ubisoft was notorious for this. You had to return the game, the physical product, unopened, unsealed, in order to get your refund. What about this video from a local GameStop, local for this person at least, in which he loses his mind because GameStop tells him this game that he purchased for $70 2 weeks prior is only worth $17 in store credit.
No store credit. I want my money back. Nothing that I can do about it. That's just their policy. Like, it won't even come back in as a return for a brand new game. That's when I scan your receipt, it's going to see when this one was bought, and it's going to automatically give you trade credit. I'm really getting pissed off right now. I'm really getting pissed off. How you doing today, sir? Thank you for calling GameStop. This is Brian. How can I help you?
Now, I can't say I'm particularly surprised by this response. GameStop is very well known for screwing the gamers over, but that's a topic for another video altogether, and I can't say I blame the guy for his response. Bethesda routinely releases buggy products. They rely on modders to fix their broken games, and in fact it's gotten so bad that they actually started doing paid mods with their Content Creators Club. How does that work? How do you release a broken game and then to fix it, by the way, you gotta pay more? They actually did try to stop free mods. Just so you know, they tried to do that. Bethesda, pretty money hungry if you ask me. But the game was unanticipated to begin with. Why is anybody surprised? It's like Diablo Immortal. Nobody wanted the game, and the reception for it, while initially pretty decent, when it actually came time to deliver, the game was like it was early access. It was a finished product for a AAA company? Nah, that's not true. That's not how it works. It's almost like the company looked at the success of games like DayZ, Ark, and Rust. And they looked at the survival games, they said, we could do that with Fallout. We have the background, we have the setting, we could do it. And so they did. And Bethesda's response to the collective anger of the players, especially at the price drop, was to promise to be more communicative, not touching on the huge amount of issues touching their game. Because remember, it dropped to $35 during Black Friday, as I said before, and now it's back up to $60, as if this game is worth $60 freaking dollars. But be that as it may, class action lawsuits take time. Not only do you have to get permission from the venue you want to sue in to create a class action lawsuit, to authorize the creation of a class action lawsuit, you still need to find the people who are going to be part of it. And that usually takes a good 3 to 6 months because you want to get as many people as you can into a class action lawsuit. And they don't always end well. In 2016, a class action lawsuit against Ticketmaster was settled with the plaintiffs receiving vouchers of varying amounts, generally under $10, and they could only be used on select theaters and shows, to the point that it was almost impossible to find something you wanted, let alone get something around you. And it was so absolutely atrocious of what Ticketmaster did that they're facing another lawsuit now. The truth of the matter is that right now, it's looking like Bethesda might get away with this, but at the same time, Bethesda may be forced to accept that they have made a mistake. And in fact, in response to the nylon bag issue, they did state the following: we understand and respect that there is disappointment with the bag and the Power Armor Edition. We are sorry. Please contact Bethesda support to provide proof of your collector's edition purchase. We will assist in granting your account 500 atoms. 500 atoms. Don't know how much that is because I don't pay attention to the game. I don't play it. And if it had been $35 still, I probably would play it and let it simmer until the game was playable. And some people are worried that this is going to get rid of their ability to sue the game manufacturer. It's not. Unlike with the PlayStation Network, they haven't attached your ability to sue them to this. So you don't necessarily lose it. In the end, Bethesda may be forced to reevaluate exactly how they do business, because even a lawsuit being filed is a blow to the company, whether they win or lose. And they're going to be forced to accept that they made a mistake, settle or not. Maybe this will get them to put out a few games that aren't as buggy, that aren't almost abortions for full releases. Maybe games that are actually quality controlled instead of early access pushouts, much like Ark was. Only time will tell. But in the end, you need to weigh if it's a good idea for you to get involved in the class action lawsuit or to file your own lawsuit if you really care that much about your refund. And trust me, filing a lawsuit is about $40 just to file. Yeah, you'll get that back, but still. Personally, I would just wait until the game becomes a little better, and maybe just play it a little more. If not, maybe, just maybe, stop pre-ordering stuff. Maybe, just maybe, you should start actually reading reviews. As much as I hate to say that, look at some of the independent reviewers who go out of their way to look at games like this. You have Boogie2988, Sid Alpha, Alpha Omega Sin. You have so many options. Stop pre-ordering, because the AAA companies like Ubisoft, EA, and now Bethesda bank on you being uninformed when you make a purchase. They attach their name and they expect people to go, well, Skyrim was good, Fallout 4 was good, Fallout 76 should be good too, right? And people forget how buggy they were in the beginning. This, admittedly, is far worse than either one of those games. but at the same time, you need to hold yourself accountable for buying the game before actually doing any research.